Good morning, good afternoon, chat. How are we? How is everybody? We all ready for possibly the most interesting match so far? NBK versus none. They are currently just finishing the map votes, and then we'll jump on in and watch. This song's kind of a vibe. Meh. Every time I ask you how you are, Oxide, it's always meh. Pretty good. Playing Bellum, so it's chaos. I thought that was. I thought the beta closed on that. Let me go see if they're still done on their map votes. So it looks like the maps we're gonna be playing is Power Plant, Ruda, and Dam. Dam being the last map. Whoever wins this match, guarantees second place between the two, and they play against us in the grand final on Saturday. I am very shocked to see Dam as one of the last three. Only live for 4 days out of the week at the moment. Is that just due to server constraints? Or are they developing or something on the other days? Why were you listening to Baby Shark? How match 1-1? How's US versus US? On PT? I don't... Or are you asking how to do it? I'm confused. Okay, I'm gonna lose my mind if I'm listening to this. Still just really taken back to the fact that Dam got to the last three maps. I think they were probably both trying to bluff each other out of being the one to ban it, and it kind of just stuck. I don't know who has Bravo side. They're just slowly building up. Each month adds another day. Okay, that's an interesting way of doing it, just to make sure that the servers don't get overwhelmed. I've not heard of a company doing that before. Don't ban me. Everything I say is a joke. I'm not gonna ban you. We shit talk for a living in this chat, so I wasn't quite sure what you were asking. If it was an actual question or not. Teams are both just consolidating their deck choices and stuff now, and we'll get a lobby up here shortly. While we're waiting for people to get into the stream. I'm in the minority here. I like the new dam. I really don't like the new dam. It is still a very one-sided map. Is it Tipo or Tipo? Either way, thank you for the prime, sir. She was corrected. I don't think flipping the map was corrected, because it just gives one side the hill control. We're all in lobby here. It looks like first map is going to be power plant. I can pull up the deck choices here. They're not locked in yet, so these might not be the final deck choices. Just make sure I'm muted in Discord before we go full screen stuff. Whose POV is this? See if I can get one with a little bit higher quality. Yes, here we go. We have the cover POV. It's probably a pretty good one to watch. He's going to be middle of the map, more than likely on Echo. Appreciate that, Rosteva. Thank you for stopping by and watching, sir. Hello, entire team. How are you, sir? I need to do this so I still get alerts. There we go. Yeah. Raga, thank you for the follow. Apologies, it didn't pop up on screen. I didn't have the alert selected, but just sharing my screen. The thing is, Fox, games go to Steam for the marketplace, right? Because there are so many viewers there that like their audience is widened. That's why people publish on Steam. And you also get like Steam support and all that sort of stuff. Hi, I'm Moto Tank. I'm OP deck on PTE. It is very strong, excuse me. But if you don't get support, like these Moto coastal decks will chew you apart in the forest and stuff. The Russian infantry very strong at the moment. Yes, Talon. Ben Homewrecker today? I'm not playing today, no. We're just watching. Senator and God Moto? He's recently swapped to Coastal VDV. So he is going to be their air player with Wolfic by the look of it. Sorry, you're not a winner. I'm not playing. What? Who's going to win this one? I think in my eyes, Nun's team is the favorite. Anything can happen on the day, right? So we're gonna see. Miles apart. I think it's gonna mainly the air trades more than the ground gameplay. And as we load in here, we got MBK on the A side, which is not the favored side of the map, I believe. I think I prefer B side on this map for most of the points. Fairly standard layout by the look of Nun's team. It's whether they adapt to anything weird that MBK's team does. Hello, Bober. They did. They put him in the team after we beat MBK. Can we get bets on who wins? I can. It'll just be a short one because it's already started. Oh, they not let Senator in? Senator was saying he wasn't going to play the tournament because his Chinese guys couldn't play. So, but he has since joined Team MBK. As Nun's team name, it is AHS, and Spartan Systems is Team MBK. Not sure what I'm going to do after yet. Entire team. We'll figure something out. I guess it depends how much casting takes out of me. The standard MI24 open in here from Team Nun. Phantoms grouping up to try and bully down the opening helicopters from Team MBK. Pinging there to try and make sure they keep together. This KA on the rear probably is a ground attack. Just to try and disrupt the opponent's openers. If I were to guess. It could also have stingers on though. Or iglas rather. Trading a phantom for a hot nick there. Even trades all around here. That KA does have iglas on it. It did finish the helicopter on the left. We already have a restart, as it looks like Saha maybe crashed out or something. Why does he have Chinese guys? That's just who he plays with, I think. The only people close to his ping. Alright, who picked the song? I'm gonna cry. The song is a banger, though. Bubber just finding out now that they're all different time zones. And that he has been living a lie for his entire life. Got a couple minutes here to finish the Gamba. Who restarted? Was it NBK or was it none? I was assuming it was none since Saha crashed. Or was Saha just the first to leave? I think Moto needs a nerf. I think the problem with Moto at the moment is you can spam too many Tochkas and the SMTs are too cheap. Either too cheap or has too short of a cooldown. West Coast equals opinion discarded. None? None restarted, okay. So maybe Saha did crash. Hopefully they jump into lobby relatively quickly. What do we all think about Dam being a possible third map here? Think it's going to be cheesed if we do get to it? I'm going to use your stream as a timer when to go to the gym. Is that you just don't want to watch the stream anymore, Yellow? So you're going to the gym instead? I'm causing you to want to go to the gym. Do we think old Dam is better than new Dam or the vice versa? Can you add V command? What is that gonna do? It's okay, YOLO. Just watch at the gym and get chat to put some gym songs on for you. Middle dam is the best. I think the middle dam was the most playable of the versions. Calls in Archka, thank you for the follow, sir. New Dam is up there in my top 5 maps. Yeah, but we already knew you were a psychopath, Bobber. Punisher, thank you for the 6-month prime, sir. Why was it cancelled? I don't know. I mean, they're both talking Russian, right? There's 2 Russian teams, I can't tell. I do not know why it was cancelled. Or rehosted. Hopefully, Team None aren't struggling with connection here again. That'd really suck. Forest fighting side of Dam is fire. I do like the forest side. The rest of the map I don't. I do think fighting down that forest side, the way it's currently rotated, is nice. I just hate the rest of the map. Okay, we did get all the players in here. We're just waiting for the match to start. City fighting was absolute cancer for me on Dem. Yeah, I really don't like the city side, and especially one side kind of getting that top hill for free just really, really changes the game. Who owns the hill wins Dem. Yeah, that hill is just such a big power swing for both AA and Recon. And ATGMs, honestly. And if you're playing Russia, you can put SSO up there as well, and they're also going to do incredible damage. They said about send game logs. Okay, so there was probably a game bug. I wasn't actively watching the timer or anything, so maybe the timer froze. Or something similar. Hopefully we're not delayed too much longer here. I do think the two first maps are in favor of Team None. We have Power Plant and then Ruder. I think None team are probably stronger on both. They just have to adapt if Team NBK tries any shenanigans on them. But I think in a straight up fight, Nune's team are better on those two maps. And then if we do get to game 3 on Dam, I think it could go either way. It's very, very different map from the other two. Why are they sending logs? I'm not sure, but the game restarted, so I'm guessing why that's part of the problem. There was some sort of game bug, and the devs are asking for the logs. I think it's time the F-16 got JASMs. I don't think that would change anything. I think JASMs are really expensive right now, and you don't get much value for them. I think the cruise missiles are a little bit of a trap. Especially if you're against good opponents, they're just gonna move out of the way. When will you play Trees Hate You? I don't need the trees hating me as well as everything else, okay? How's it going, Artem? Welcome in, sir. Live moto from MBK. I wonder what their head tabs look like. Not to spoil it, but I think there's some SMTs in there, boys. None here with the coastal VDV instead. I think he opts to go with more of the OFAB loadouts. But it still gives him a decently strong ground presence around the echo point with the coastal. Honestly, the only platform worth using cruise missiles on is strategic bombers. I don't even agree with that. Because you don't get anywhere near as much refund as you used to do. So you're spending like 600 points, and if you don't hit anything, you're kinda cooked. Because that's like 2 tanks. Oddfish, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Not quite sure what we're waiting for here, so hopefully we do start shortly. We got an odd deck pick though that we've not seen. We look towards the bottom of Nun's team. We have their bottom guy has Mech Moto. I don't know if it's just a troll pick to try and like throw the other team off while they're waiting, but it is there. Nun dropping a message 2 minutes bathroom. I think the team is just peeing before they start. Pick up streaming on Twitch? I don't believe so. I don't think anybody is streaming apart from streaming in Discord. And then there's several casters that are watching. I don't know if I agree with that, Bober. I think planes are a very important part of the game, and it punishes. They should be there to punish poor gameplay, right? Like they're there to punish blobs and stuff. Because if you had nothing to punish the blobs are gonna win. Because they just out DPS all your units one at a time. So they are there as a tool for punishing the zero brain gameplay. But then themselves can also then be classed as zero brain. It's kind of like a weird balancing act. Why don't they set ready? I think one of them is using the bathroom. I don't know exactly. Can't speak Russian, right? Well, let's talk about SMT right now. It's really, really cheap to remove your opponent's blobs of infantry, essentially. And it has a short cooldown. Compared to other aircraft that would do a similar job. And the smoke. That is true. Bipolar does really like to smoke. Just running S8s on the SMTs? No. So people are running the thermobaric bombs at the moment. Looks like a very similar opener here from Team None. Opting to go very heavy on the old helicopters. The helicopters will then probably scout the openers, and if I were to guess, there will be bombers following. There are only a couple ground units here. Okay, a couple of BTRs. The cover likes to buy all of his special forces off the start here. BTRs are probably going to have the SSO and the GRU in the AT variant. Also opts to get a Kurg there for fire support. All of them decide not to bring AA in their openers because they're going to use their Phantoms as the AA. It's not just Russians here. No, but I like generalize the language, the Russian. That is incorrect. I apologize. I do not know the difference. Again, looks like Nun's team here is going to go for the standard opener. On their layout, at least. Both sides opting to go very heavy in the heavy into the helicopters. So we're going to figure out who trades better. Looks like Team None is trading well, much better here. I think their ASF shot down like pretty much all of the planes. This MiG in the back line chasing in will get cleaned up. Unfortunately, does also drop a pilot, so that's going to put it back to pretty much even. Hiding the helis behind the buildings here on Foxshot to try and get some side shots on the transports coming into Echo. And even though Nun's team did win the quote-unquote air war, the helicopter fight here at the start, getting a lot of positioning, we're going to see if they're going to be able to hold that positioning. More than likely, their lower amount of ground forces. The cover, realizing their advantage, is going to try and press just past Echo and hold them off for a little longer. Cover trading well here against the helicopters in the opener. There's a 2KD. I think he shot down 2 helicopters and then got one of his out to refund. BTR is going to be engaging the boomerang. Good reactions to allow the smoke and then the withdrawal. Not forced to fight there. Does appear we have a similar type of opener from MBK's side. Very similar unit choices as well. And as the dust settles from the openers, it will be Team None that takes the cap lead while still ticking. SMT on the GRU. Was done fairly close to the front line as well, so it probably is going to get away here. And this SU, coming really close, does manage to trade and get out. I'm assuming that was a Wolfik plane there. And I take back what I said. It's not the standard opener from Team MBK. They're playing 2 on Delta, 1 on Charlie, 1 on Echo, and 1 on Hotel. So Team None here kind of get Echo for free. The cover's good at rotating, so he's going to rotate to try and help Delta. Kozlik got the cap and he's just been denying it the whole time. Little bit of a overzealous bombing run there. The cover's going to bomb out the book. Just trade slightly down. But the plane, I believe, has a shorter cooldown, so it will come back quicker. Thing to cover here, he should just take his BMO with his SSO and stuff and rotate to Delta, because they are just going to try and press 2 players here into Delta. They never cap that rear point, so they're going to get full caps as well. It would be even if they capped Alpha, but I think they're going to get to the +3 before it caps. SMT bombing close to the front line again. Nun's team lacking the long-range AA at the start, though. So they're not able to punish these ASFs overextending to kill the bombers. As the game settles, will be a +2, not a +3 for Team None. Now the aggression's kind of on NBK's team to try and take these back. Good force fire there, kills the Kurg with the T80. SSO will catch out the Gavardi. Ballistic missile killing something behind the building on D, not sure quite what it was. More than likely a transport. And this is very, very similar positioning here from what Nun's team did to us. Because they're not playing those 2 players on Echo, though, they're not able to spread out to cover that left-hand forest, and we see here on the left that Nun is sneaking recon through. We have a Muskai Razvedka and Spetsnaz. And it is spotting the backline behind H, sorry. Gets eyes on an S350 briefly there. Those things very expensive, at least 250 points. If not 300 if it's upgraded. Taz here to the left side of Delta, trying to catch the Spetsnaz Guru. The cover does dodge to that. Taking very minimal damage. And the recon here from None spreading out of the left side. Since they have no pressure on Echo, they just have infinite recon now. I'm really liking Team None's positioning here. It's going to be really hard to clean up all that reconnaissance. We do have the Kurg engaged in the T90. We'll decide to smoke. And second Tuz, trying to get the Spetsnaz GAU at the back of the forest this time. Also does miss. And that is that Tuz out for resupply for around 8 minutes now. So I think it's slightly shorter in this current build. It's slightly shorter than 8 minutes. But it will not be available this first phase to try and retake the cap at least. Plochka's on the obvious high rises here to try and neutralize the recon that is more than likely already stationed inside. Like Charlie is being flipped for Nun's team here, just a Kozlik denying the cap. T90 backing itself into the corner of the buildings here. The cover trying to get for a lucky Toshka. With this zero pressure, still in middle. We just have recon on all of the things. Dun's team just needs to trade it out well and efficiently and not throw bombers for them. Don't think that bomber's worth it. Only one kill there. And it's not likely to be a vehicle. Could maybe be an AA, but there's no way of telling. I wasn't really watching. No pro tries. You're acting like if you don't play the right side of E, nobody will. But be careful stacking tanks here behind Delta. One cluster bomber could knock out both these tanks right now. And if they do have recon on that right-hand side, they could spot them. Especially if it's in that building close. Of confirming his ranges there. Diversanti gets cleaned up by a Tochka. Don't think Dunn's team right now has had too much value with their Tochkas, but also on the other hand, I don't think MBK's team has either. Then they're kind of just both sat blindly firing ballistic missiles at each other and no one's connecting. We have another POV here. Is there any action going on anywhere? Because right now this is kind of just a staring match. We have Nun's POV. Very pixelated. None here. Just focusing on holding Echo, getting that recon up on the left, and just loitering his ASF. Just have a pilot there at the back. Could send a helicopter for it. It does just look like a bit of a standoff. Bipolar here trying to retake the C. This is the main combat I think going on right now. Rest of the map is just throwing things at each other. The bonus with selling them, Gex, is it lets you fire them, sell them, then instantly reinvest into something else. Your points aren't being held up by a unit that is reloading. Humanity here trying to get aggressive in the forest. Doesn't realize there's a BVM here that's going to just hard counter it. BVM engaging. Hopefully shoots the Terminator first, and it does. BVM wasting its shot on the Stomaviki. It doesn't matter because he's too close to the Terminator for the Terminator to use the cornets, and that's the only thing that's really gonna affect the T-80 there. Not a big fan of the Terminator in this patch. It gets too shot when it gets close. Spartan, thank you for the follow, sir. He's being held by a couple Kurgs just sat behind the buildings, more than likely have infantry inside. Probably SSO or group. And as we go into phase 2, we have Nun's team up by +3 on caps. They did manage to flip one of the caps just for long enough to get that +3 from the +2. It's like Smirches are out here for Team MBK. They're going to try and start focusing down some of those soft units. Mainly using those Tachkas to try and get value with the blast itself, but also to spot the AA. Tachka gets the Kirk there to 1 HP. Very lucky there. And I'm curious to see how much Team NBK has waiting, honestly, to push. Team NBK, we only have POV from the 2 flanks here. Trying to advance back into the right side of Echo's forest here, now that H is secure. Unaware what they've already let sneak past, though. The damage has already been done. Only takes one of these squads at the back to spot where the tornadoes are resupplying. BMP is being used to control the forest. Do get countered by the Terminator. Shots being traded with T-80s here. We'll have the faster reload. Shouldn't have smoked there. Would have killed it. Now he is going to smoke and get away. That was a bit of a misplay there. They're the mid player for Team NBK. Could have sniped that T-80. Now is more than likely going to lose his T-80 to these Moskairas Vedka. We hear to the back left there, one of the suppliers getting destroyed, probably due to that recon in their backline. And it is, yes. Nun's team here going up on kill points, which is most important at the start of the phases here. You can kind of rope control of the conquest points a little later, as long as you trade well at the start, let you get a little bit of momentum. Cluster bomber coming for the tank here, bombing on the flank. Gives it a good chance of getting away as long as there are no ASFs. Misses. If it gets killed here, it's really bad. And it does. Giving even more kill score to Nun's team. Maybe having a little too much sat here on H, with the Nun's side full rotating into the Echo. Four more Skyherd's Vedka deployed here on the same truck. If an SMT lands right now, could be very big. Puts all of those on cooldown. Side shots from cornets here, from behind H. As we swap back to none side, we do see that they have not cleaned up all of this recon yet. They may see the one and think it's just one, but it isn't. There is a lot. And this recon right now is spotting for the Tochkas, which is gonna allow them to get H back relatively uncontested as long as they get rid of all these units. BVM could get sniped off here by the Molskaya. I think it's a misplay though to fire. They're just gonna see back to where it's going and be able to kill it. Mech Moto against Russia here, little bit of a risky one, because Russian AT is able to deal with those EMPs fairly easily. The cover unfortunately looks away from his tank here. Does take 2 side shots from the Molskaya Razvedka. Does get taken out as well. 250 points there. Tornado on the supply behind Delta. Nearly kills the Kurg. I think Kurg's gonna get away though. Doesn't. Gets a good spread. Takes out the Kurg. S-400 spotted. Force fire being used with the smoke here to knock out the Motor Pakota. Smirches here. A little different from the way they were used to be used. They're purely firing a backline. Firing only like four shells, or 4 rockets rather, at each target. Just hoping their opponent isn't on top of their micro. Another one here trying to snipe another S-300. Smirches from this increased range do have a decent dispersion, and with the dispersion, they're pretty reliably allowed to take out the S-400s, because the S-400 speed is just so much lower than PAX. PAX have 100 speed, so it's a lot harder to kill them with artillery once they fired, because they're able to get away that much quicker than Russian ones. Say a few words in Russian for fun. If something really bad goes wrong, we might say Upa. The couple loses Spetsnaz AT there. Team MBK's got to be careful with these planes now. They are getting sniped as they get in slightly baited over the front line. And the S-300s are cleaning them up quite nicely. The cover may be a little extended with his infantry here. Not really anything to cover his retreat. So they're more than likely, at least the right ones are going to get cleaned up. He lost his Spetsnaz Gru and Stumavigi and the Motor Pakota there. They'll lose them. Trying to get his others back to supply. Why is the Droz so good? It's more of a support tank. It counters pretty much everything other than another tank. And when you're fighting other things, you don't need that much pen. The thing that lets it down is its penetration against other tanks. And it's really cheap for its utility with the use of APS. Does only have 2 APS charges though, because of its price. Kirk here used to engage the Terminator, pushing that back. Charles gets 1 shot. I think it was the use of 1 or 2 tanks there. Got a side shot from the T90 he was pushing, and then something else hit it as well. Naval Recon +1 on a rocket launcher on PT makes it a good squad now. I agree. I think it is actually a very, very good squad now. Both sides opting to use the smoke grid here to try and cover this open area off in between D and E. S400 spotted, going into a forest. It's going to struggle to get away there. S400 goes super slow through the forest. Team MBK opting to focus their energy on trying to take Delta right now. Recon T90 does snipe the S300, as it looks like it's trying to resupply it behind those buildings. Really an odd place to put it unless you are resupplying. We hear the ASFs here, firing at each other. Does appear that Team None is getting the better end of the trades with the planes at the moment. Gotta be really careful grouping like this. Guru and a Churney next to each other with anything near it is just a really positive trade for an SMT. Super sketchy. I also do like the use of mech here, just for those 2 meteorites. Meteorites, a very, very powerful unit in these grinder positions. Reloads pretty damn fast, and can have a big impact on the game. Maybe a little less than normal because of the spam of SMTs. SMTs basically doing the same job. As we say, that one is demonstrated to us. Knocks out the Kurg and the Spetsnaz Guru. Actually trading up there. The combo being 270 points and the plane being only 240. Double hit from the S300s taking out the cluster plane. The way it was flying, I don't actually believe that one was a cluster plane. I think that one also had the thermal barracks on it, similar to the SM2. It does get 2 extra bombs, but it is a decent chunk more expensive though, so you have to really watch out for what you're trading it for. TOS being used to destabilize the supplies on the Nun side. Gotta be careful though, it looks like the meteorite was micro to go back up once it was resupplied. It stepped out into the forest, so it could be spotted. So only 90 points, but it's kind of a crucial part of their position here. Recon T90 being used to try and get some first shots against this T90 spam from the MBK. Or the MBK side, rather. I don't think that is MBK. I think that's Senator we just had. 2 players trying to surround D now. Unlucky for the Mozbakota, does miss both the side shots on the Terminator. Cruise missiles being used to try and snipe the AA. One does miss. I think the other one also misses. Which is why we see the kills getting close to that +4. And it does actually flip over, as I think another plane was shot down. Team MBK trying to focus on that area between Delta and Charlie. Trying to get into the backline and surrounding Delta. I think we have Wolfic over there from the use of the spruts. He does enjoy those. You intentionally have the Discord stream audio? I do, because watching it without the explosions and stuff would just feel weird. Oh, it's muted. Never mind. Give me 1 second, chat. Sorry. Give me 1 second. It shouldn't be muted. My settings got reset slightly there. Okay, now you should have it. I apologize. Little bit of a mistake there from me. "5-0 is not a massive lead here, though. So it's not unwinnable for Team NBK. It was a very similar kill score. And, sorry, it was a very similar score between us and none, right, on this map. So it's very, very winnable. I think we were even further behind than Team NBK here. I think the main thing that Nun's team has here is all of their AA is still up. Not a lot of it has been sniped. And the double man on Delta never really paid out. The cover here, gotta be really careful triple stacking like that. I think it's probably a misplay to smoke the recon tank there. Would have had the time to pin the Motorbakota, and then it's very unlikely a second shot would even be able to impact, especially with the infantry squad coming up behind. Pre-aimed Taz being fired on the Motorbakota will put both of them to very low HP, and then they will be finished by the Spetsnaz. Never mind, they will get swept up by the Taz. It looked like a full barrage, so that one should be on cooldown. Pre-aim barrage here from the cover as well will also go out. Puts the Spetsnaz grew to 1 HP. They do get out of the building. They may escape here. The cover Singh on a lot of points and opting to buy pretty much everything he can just to come out and cover that D point. Taz landing on him. Will you lose the BTRs, but the most important parts of the army do survive. Gotta be careful with this T90 Resvedka here. There are 290As coming. And if they both shoot it, it will in fact die at this range. Will need to be used to try and snipe any supplies behind those buildings. Gotta be careful. We're letting the plane slip a little there. There was no need to sacrifice. Smirch also does take out the Mister. MBK's team getting close on kills. It's similar to where they messed up against us. They get a little overzealous, and they get a little overwhelmed in the last phase. They let their micro slip slightly. They cover macro in his S300 as well this game, though. Not lost them, and I think they've got a good number of plane kills. Smirch taking out one of the backline there. I think one of the AA. As we get a glimpse of that left-hand side, does look like they cleaned up a lot of the recon that was back there as well now. S300 does get spotted going into the forest though, so a Smirch should pick that up. Doesn't have to be accurate at all with the Smirch. Just needs a rough gauge on where that S300 is going. SMTs used to try and clear Delta Point will... Looks like it was starting the cap. But then something else was put on behind Delta to stop it. SMT out on the S-300. Knocks it out. S-300 on the left has been spotted from the position it fired. Does it immediately get pinged? Can be a little dangerous for Nun's team here, because NBK's team is trading well while being decently aggressive as well. 2 Blob T90s there on supply. You do see the health going up. Gotta be super careful. I think those T90As are a good choice as well. They're similar to the Drost. They're not, but they flip their benefits, right? They're not as good. They're not as good as a fire support role, but they have more pen. And a cluster bomber does take out the stack T90s there. Gotta be really careful respawning that close to the front line when tanks blobbed. Is a misplay from Senator. The cover not realizing one of his Kurgs have been called in with an SSO there on the left. And it will just get cleaned up for free while he's macroing a smoke grid. Kurg and an SSO is put on cooldown. Can we try and keep the chat to English, please, fellas? Mister is spotted from the Spetsnaz VMF. Both sides using a smoke grid to smoke the entire D point, and we're just gonna be in a grinder battle here in a second as the BTRs and the Kurgs come and unload their special forces. T90 does nearly get caught out by the Spetsnaz AT. Senator pushing the advantage on the T90. If he gets it, he's traded up by like 3 times. Mister just got taken out. S-300 spotted on the back line, I think, with an angle from the Recon T90. Catches it there. T90 is going to get away, and the Spetsnaz are going to get cleaned up by the SSO. He doesn't have the sprint anymore to chase. Good reactions from Team Nun, saving that. They have managed to recover the kills as well, and they are still dropping. MBK's team feeding a little too much on the advance there. For literally 0 gain, I think. Looks like they're trying to get a position around Echo. It's working slightly. I think that's mainly just because Nun's team has a lot of their assets on supply right now. But as soon as they come up, they can probably push back the E-push. Nun's team also going aggressive on that H side. Looks like they're going to flip H as well, which is going to be a problem. Game 1 here looking very much in favor of Nun's side. Kills suddenly switch again. Something big was hit there. They went from basically no kill lead to halfway through the second one. Or halfway through to the second one, rather. And Nun's team here with 6 minutes left, plus 9 on cap. I have roughly a minute to get 1 extra cap to full flip it. And it's looking less and less likely. Bit of an odd setup here, looking at MBK's side. Got Wolfix sat in between D and Charlie. Which I don't hate, but they've not really managed to make it work at all. Maybe they're just really taken back from what happened in our game. They just don't want D to fall and lose the positioning behind Echo. So they put 2 players there. Doesn't seem to work for them this game, though. While they have the extra player there, they've not managed to convert it into a good position. Ballistic missile, I think, was aimed on the Igler, but slightly missing, hitting the Sprott directly. So be careful entering all of these buildings now on C. They're all ready to collapse. I think at this point it's actually better just to fight outside the building until the building collapses. Or you could shoot it and collapse it yourself and then get in. Kogs here, pretty incredible fire support against the infantry. Knocks out the infantry really quick and leaves the Gavardi to take out the tank as it rounds the corner. Does get cleaned up. Looks like Charlie's going to get flipped here. And the timing is pretty close. They only need a +6 to win. And if they get Charlie, it is very close. And if they get kills again, it could flip to an MBK map. With 4 minutes, I think they're pretty cool. I think they're pretty close to getting +4 on caps. +6 sorry on caps. We're on the last phase. I'm a little silly. They do also get Delta. And the bleed starts. Kogs here, cutting off the reinforcements from the Charlie position. And if these get into the backline, it's going to really flip the kills. We saw a glimpse of an S-300 there. There's a Boomerang also trying to run through into the backline. But will get intercepted by Gavardi. I think should opt to drop the Sumerviki here and just engage the Gavardi. Does, but slightly delayed. Boomerang trying to zoom through this open area here. But the Spetsnaz, if Macrod, should run back and catch it. Sumerviki. I don't know why people force fire there. You only have to right click the enemy supply and it will just destroy it. You don't have to force fire the supply. And as long as... Oh no. Because of the flip of Hotel, Nun's team has made it even again, so with all the aggression on this left side, it's kind of just been negated now by the capture of H. Gotta be careful with this T90. The T80 does have a faster reload. Very, very close on that trade there. T90 getting away with just a scrape of health. And with Delta being flipped here in the last 2 minutes, I think that is kind of all she wrote for Team MBK on this map. Looks like Nun is going to take map 1. Onyx ban, because I don't think I've seen any of them. Pretty much what Pessimist said, honestly. We did have some nukes early in the tournament when some of the teams were playing US, but I think they swapped afterwards. The Ashira team, I think, started as playing US, and they were nuking Nun, but it didn't get too great of effect from it. I'm just glad I don't get nuked on repeat anymore. It's the bonus for playing the Russian mirror. And I'm not going to complain. body there. Could have actually saved the Kurg before all that damage was done. Chooses not to smoke with them though. Both Kurgs get cleaned up. And with 20 seconds on the clock, it is impossible for Team MBK to take this one now. The push on Echo, little late. Does look like managed to take the ground with the added pressure from Delta. But all of these pushes, they do take pretty much all of the points, but just way too late. They did this 5 minutes before. Would have been a very, very different game. Wolfic here with a 1.6 KD. I suspect a lot of it is just ASFs, as he's managed to just hold the position between Charlie and Delta. You would have to play to get nuked, Dodger. Huh? And I think the real turning point was, I think Team None had a better micro with their S300s. Excuse me here, cheering for Team None, even though he has been playing with Senator. I'm a little unsure on his allegiance right now. Alrighty, chat. If you need to get a drink, you need to use a bathroom or something, now's the time. We're probably going to have like 5 or 10 minutes between games. That's usually the timing between them, as teams also do the same. I will also go and use the bathroom, and I will be back shortly. I will be right back, chat. What the fuck did I just come back to? Why is this playing? Who did it? Oh, Oxide's here. I'm waiting for the fucking I'm waiting for the one that usually play. We're yet to have the octopus today. Thoughts on game one, chat? Anything we liked? Anything you didn't agree with? Entire team wishing he was on Pornhub. Would be more content, let's be honest. Is Raekwon one of the tournament teams? He was one of them, yeah. He's also an admin for the tournament. They are knocked out now, so yeah, I kind of agree, pessimist. They kind of got the position in phase one, and then nothing really happened. They kind of both just sat there staring at each other, right? I mean, it's not on Team NBK. Not sorry, correction. It's not on Team None to push there because they were up on every phase. They captured the point they needed to. They held it for as long as they did, and then they just focused on not losing, essentially. Oh, okay. You had to ask, didn't you? Excuse me. You just had to ask. Oh dang it. I found a live one for once. You did. Welcome in, welcome in. It's like the lobby is going up here. Second map is Rooter. We have none on the on the A side, and we have MBK on the Bravo side. The issue I see for MBK's team here is they really don't have a player that can challenge the cover in the forest. I want music control. You can already request things. What more control do you want, Pessimist? Chat, you are welcome. You've just been subjected to the entire B movie. I'd now like a 3-page essay on what you have just learned. Yeah, Pessimist, I agree. I think Ruder is a lot more spread out, and the points are a lot more disconnected. So it could be easier to stack aside or to rotate and force a reaction. I think that was a demonstration on them trying to rotate between the points. Oh, we're starting. Pessimist, fuck off with your French music. Oh, the cover here has left the channel. Or has ended the stream, rather. Not that you guys can see, because you're being trolled right now. Oh, another stream has ended. I guess we're gonna watch the opener here from Team MBK's side. Looks like they are opting to stack one side here. Having a full player going H, a full player going I, and then a player going Delta. And we're gonna see how it plays out. And it looks like the cover lagged out at the start of the game, which is actually going to be huge for MBK's side. It's going to let them to take Delta for free. With no Delta player there, it's going to mean the I player is probably going to get doubled. Nun's team again opting to open with all of the helicopters as they get quit scoped. It's like fairly even trades here. Very even. MBK side slightly coming out on top. The fast Igler into the high-rise there does clean up a lot of the helicopters, so they are going to go out in the lead. As the Kozlik does get quick scoped. The cover's Phantom here, relatively slow due to his disconnect. And we're going to find out what sort of damage this run-through from the BTRs is going to do. Problem is here, if they don't have ASFs to cover it, it is just going to get bombed to death. Maybe the sound is a little loud now. And here come the bombs. All the bombs do get knocked out though. And the pilot just get dropped. The cover's Ural, it's late Ural, does get picked out. Doesn't actually get taken out though. BTL tries to drive directly on top of the cornet. Doesn't keep microing it though, so it just got taken out. It was far enough away that the cornet wasn't min-ranged. Helicopters here to clean up the pilots. Just got taken out before it does so though. Pushing the kill score back towards even. Volskaya with the flank. Not quite sure they know it got through. Might catch this T-80 on the rear now. Leaving the BRM to distract it. Smokes the last possible second it can. This BTR will get taken out though. And it's going to go aggressive, meaning that Volskaya is not going to catch it. Gotta be careful not to run out the forest though and waste it. You should keep it up there. Does walk out the forest. Not sure if it's been spotted. It has been spotted. which is unfortunate. A little bit of mismacro there. Actually better to keep it in the forest and snipe something going for the India point. Why are there so many bombs going on right now? Does catch the side armor of the BVM, does not take it out though, and it's not going to be able to finish it. Doesn't have the range. And when the dust settles, with the cover disconnect at the start, it does appear Team NBK will own the majority of the points. They hold Foxtrot and the entire right-hand side. Now this strat, I think fairly viable in the conquest points. Does manage to get a side shot on the T-80 retreating. Putting their kill score. As I was saying, I think this strat of trying to hold the whole right side and just keep it onto one point in the city is pretty viable in the conquest layout. Since you only have to hold 1 point up from your opponents to get full plus score for that phase. Pets has Guru here. A little bit of miss macro. Micro in his plane. Does let it get put to really, really low HP. SMT takes out the special forces from the cover though. Looks like there is another player coming to the forest here, so they have tried to react fairly quickly to try and get back into this right side. Unsure whether it's the correct play right now. Maybe the play was to push for that extra point on Foxtrot, but we will find out how it works out. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this to happen. I did think Team NBK were going to try something like this. Bombs come out. They are not those thermobaric bombs though, so they will not kill the SSO. They actually get a bad drop, and then the plane gets sniped. Team NBK going up on 2 kill score and conquest points in the first phase here. SSO will overcommit. Finds an SSO and a tank, just get taken out with ease. Gotta back up a little bit here, maybe a little overzealous. Boomerang does have 2 cornets out on that tank, and the T-80 did shoot it before it smoked. HE Grad here used to pop supplies in the forest. And the TOD's used on the forest as well. It's like neither finding great value. I don't think a single Moskyra is worth a full toss barrage. Especially if these two hit in the rear, he does smoke in time. Second player trying to help re-get into I here on the right. Curious to see how Team NBK plans on defending that. BT3F and the Recon BTR does find the Diversenti. Does get taken out. One shot from the T-80 here onto the BT3. We'll put it to low HP, but will not panic the infantry inside. Allows him to close the space and get into that forest. 2 Kigs coming to try and clean it up. More than likely going to have some special forces in there from the cover. 2 Seed. A little bit of miss micro there as well. Molskaya going out of range of the Kurg, so it's going to have to shoot the APS again. And the SSO popping out of them, easily cleaning up the Molskaya. Bombs out on the Bertino. Will secure the kill. Does trade down there, but does take the toss off the field for a good chunk of time. Again, a little bit mismicro here with the Molskaya walking out into the open and exposing themselves. There is now going to be something waiting for them once they come back in. T80 is going to clear them up. Especially with the SSO there. They're going to be full panicked. Got to be careful with the micro of the T80 though. The T80 does drive past the Molskaya. Could have got hit in the rear there. And Team NBK suffering from being starved from supply a little here. Their helicopters and tanks not able to get back to full HP for the second wave from Team None. See if we can flop back to the other side now. See the cover's POV. He's started streaming again. He has. See how Team None is planning on recapturing this left side. Because if they do, they're in a great position since they already own the entire right side. T80 gets picked out by the Spetsnaz crew here. Gotta be super careful with these T80s. The Spetsnaz crew incredibly strong with AT. 900 pen rockets just let them kill tanks to the front, and it does. Zero smoke there from Senator. Cherney. Behind. The cover pops out the SSO and uses one of its full smokes. No AT on the GRU though, so they're not going to be able to clean up this BT3. T80 here though will clean up everything. SSO trying to advance towards the Cherney. This blanket of smoke from the cover's smoke ride actually really helping them take the H right now. Kind of cuts off the tank support and the heli support from the MBK team. That catch run there. Still struggling to get supply. And it's only one hit away from dying, so gotta be super careful. Those Hermes though do finding the top armor of the T80. And terminal guidance will guide it on into the forest. Pretty big pickup there. They kind of needed that T80 to break past Hotel. The main problem here is if they keep the cover out of the forest, the cover's gonna have a hard time getting back in. I think the cover here has opted to go for God Moto instead of his usual Moto Coastal in this position. I think it will help him to get H back, but he's going to struggle more in the forest here. Cheeky little PDSS there in on the right side being picked up. And kills are flipping more in favor of MBK here. It's possible there is a plus a 6-0 in phase 1. SMT takes out the Cherney and denies the kill of the Silmerviki. Does get out for free as well. There is no loitering ASF, and the S300 misses its shot. Well, SMT on the forest here, probably aiming for the GRU. Takes out the SSO, puts the GRU to 1 HP, and there is a BMO coming to try and finish the job. More than likely going to have an SSO or something in there now. Bonnet trying to find the side armor of the BTR. Does fail with the smoke. And another wave of Kurgs coming in to try and take Hotel back. 2 fresh squads of Molskaya spotted in the buildings there, nearly killing the SSO. SSO does get the smoke off in time. Trying to attack ground with the SPGs to finish it. Does not find it though. Gotta be careful advancing with these Kurgs here, though. The Molskaya could just sit behind the building, wait until they're close, and then jump out and insta-kill any of these Kurgs. And that SPG, unironically doing good value, taking out some of the APS. If the Molskaya jumps in the building now, they'd be in big trouble, but I think they pulled too far back. And this mechanized push Finding a lot of traction here on the H side. I think it is Senator with the SPGs here. I've seen him use them recently. T-80's trading blows. The Kurg will make the fight very one-sided though. Both sides smoke, roughly one shot from dying. I think they both will get out as well. Kurg's great in these open areas. Against both infantry and armor. Mulsky gets a lucky shot down the hill there though. Oh, I don't think it was a Mulsky, I think it was the Divus 20 RPG. That makes more sense. I was gonna say, the full stressed Mulskaya would have been pretty lucky to hit that shot. I don't think they were even aimed. We respot the T-80 back there. Still giving fire support, but really low HP. S-300 spotted behind Delta with the use of the Gavardi. There's a fucking PP shark on my screen, don't know what the fuck's going on. He is also enjoying the game. And we end Phase 1, 4-0 to Team NBK. And they're still holding that extra point going into Phase 2. SMT on the Ural and the SSO. I just realized as well, we have another mech player pick here. But those BMP3s and pokers, really expensive. Kig's roughly the same price, but in my opinion with the APS, infinitely better. Kronos, thank you for the gifted sub to Teed. Cornet will find a shot on the T-80. Just falls at the smoke and drive it back. Team NBK here breaking out of the forest, trying to retake that Charlie point. Terminator, fortunately aiming for the other Kurg. MiG-29K here. With a cluster bomber loitering slightly behind it as well. Looking for those armor targets. Smirch on the forest. The most obvious place they're going to be resupplying while trying to retake H here. Just catch an Osa. SSO advancing into H. Gotta be really careful. He has no idea what's behind these buildings here. It looks like one of his teammates is firing a ballistic missile. AT appears behind the T-80. Second AT does appear. And we're going to be really careful. This Spetsnaz GRU is going to appear behind him in a second and just one-shot his T-80. Does smoke, but if that GRU chases, the T-80 is pretty much dead. The cover, aiming the TOS on himself, opting that if he can't get away, he's just gonna release it. And this Terminator here is more than likely gonna clean up all the infantry with those 2 grenade launchers. I'm waiting to see the Spetsnaz GRU on the edge of the forest take a pot shot at the T-80, but it looks like they're opting not to. T-80's got no smoke, so it would kind of be a free kill here, but plus the bomber coming in for the T-90. Dropping blind, will miss. There is this Spetsnaz GRU taking the side shot. Not going to be able to get the second shot, it's a little too far away now, he kind of left it a little too late. I don't think he's microing it is the problem. Full track T-80. Possibly going to get taken out by the Smirch here. Speed plane. These cheap Cornet carriers, very effective against things like the non-APS T-90 and the Terminator, just forcing them to use all that smoke. The dude, thank you for the 3-month prime, sir. This is, in fact, not fine for Team None right now. Really struggling to get back into the H here. This was... My one fear for None is if they didn't react well enough to some sort of stacking on one side, it might cost them the game. But they are starting to go up on kills here. And going up on kills will give them a little bit of that breathing room. T80, yet to be taken out, does manage to at least get a Kurg before he dies. And with the lack of AA now, with that Osa getting taken out, these Hallies might do a lot of damage. There is a man pad, but it's only going to force it back, unlikely to get the kill. In fact, it does. Escapes to the high ground. And I want to swap over to Team NBK here and see what their plan is on losing H. Oh, you've been disconnected. Ha! Ah! Why did I click anything? Chat, give me a second. Let me restart my Discord. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Please tell me Discord didn't just go down. Because it's not opening now either. Anyone else having problems with Discord? Oh no. Banned. Oh, Discord, why'd you do this to me? Problems with VA replay tool is amazing. True, true. None of this happened. Oh, fuck. I was just getting good as well. Crabpaw, thank you for the follow. Don't think there's another way I can see it. It's a you issue? Taro also can't see the streams. Wow, I want a refund for my sub. I'm sorry, okay? It's not my fault. Blame Discord. Just gonna have to give it a second here, chat, unfortunately. I come back who won. Discord has died, Oxide. Hey Vulcan? What does that mean? I'm not Vulcan. Looks like it has hit all the casters as well, so nobody has a POV. Diego wasn't followed, but he's here like every day. What is this shit? Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. We might be back in business. Discord's back, but I still can't see the streams. So we're not full back. Like, my Discord is opened, but I can't see the streams. If only there was some sort of way for me to watch the game in-game, right, chat? I am back in Discord, but I cannot see any of the streams still. It's not VPN, it's Discord. All of the casters have the same problem right now. Oh, that fucking blows. Hopefully it comes back up here quickly. Fortunately, I guess this is what happens when your entire way of watching a tournament revolves around Discord instead of your game. Just gotta give it a second here, chat. My apologies. Zoe, thank you for the follow, sir. Ben needs some help. This isn't my fault, you fucks. Now we just kind of have to sit here, chat, and guess what the score is. What do we think the score currently is? "12-4 for none team right now, according to ProTrice. Whether he is rage baiting you or not, you'll never know. The same problem. Kronos, thank you for the gifted sub to excuse me again. Excuse me, even though I think he's on Team Senator. He's cheering for none. I'm super confused. I don't know who excuse me is cheering for. So who won the match? We don't know. We can't see. The match is still going, but we don't. I mean, at least I don't know which way it's going. Only Ben wouldn't put a tournament game, and there's just going to be infinite questions. And I think that's kind of just trolling, because people are going to think it's the one being played. Excuse me, how can that be correct if Stuffy Tuffy is the best player in the world? Are you winning, son? We're trying to watch the tournament, but Discord is dead. I would classify this as not winning. That is my take. I didn't really have a plan for after this, so I'm kind of just snookered now. I don't really know what to do. But in my opinion, I think none was likely to win the game we were watching because the MBK side just wasn't microing correctly. They lost so many tanks and stuff for free. Like, there's a reason they went up on kills so fast in phase 2. Riveting stuff happening right now. What if I just start shoutcasting things that aren't actually happening? We put the Google Maps of Ruda, and we just pretend. Discord still very cooked. Did you wreck any more homes? No. We have not had the chance to wreck any more homes, Vegas. YOLO's back right as Discord crashes. I think it's probably his fault, honestly. YOLO, what did you do to Discord so we couldn't watch? Now I kinda hope there is a game 3, so I can at least watch another one. If it comes back up. Yeah, it's time for feet reveal. Ha! I think it's better to show us the game on Discord than your splash screen. I don't see anything on Discord right now. Excuse me, you fuck. Discord down until you show us your feety. Shut up. Oh, why didn't it have to get cooked now? You want to see what I see, chat? Just so I'm not trolling you? This is what we have right now. Who do we think's winning? Riveting gameplay. Do I try and restart my Discord again? And risk it? That was so loud. Holy fuck, my ears. Ah. Well, just reconnect it. Skill issue. Gee whiz, why didn't I think of that? No code did that? You're joining Oxide with being a degen. Really, no code? Intermission milkers. The game over by now? Is there a game 3? None won? I can't tell if Pro Choice is rage baiting. Well, chat, there was not much I could do, but I apologize for this kind of being a disaster. I was enjoying watching these games. I thought they would have been quite interesting. My Discord is still cooked. It won't even reopen now. But from what chat is saying, none did take game 2. So there will not be a third one. So we will never see Damn played in the tournament. In this case, Mr. Ben, can you oil up? What? Oh, my Discord has reopened. Nothing is loading though. The stream's still not working. But I do think the game is over. Because NBK's team have all left the tournament Discord. So it does look like NBK are the winners. Not NBK. Fuck, none of the winners. Holy shit. So we are going to be playing none again in the final. I guess NPK force crushed Discord so no one would see how badly he was demolished. Several things have stopped working. The thing that usually does my chat for the stream, like the on-screen chat, is also not working. So it's more than just Discord by the look of it. Well, that was fun. Well, that was fun.
Enjoyed to see the comeback.
30-4.
They got disimitated.
You could have just believed in me when I typed it in chat then.
Same shit. Bro, I'm in crazy Monopoly game right now.
Shut up.
Bro. Just stop it, Kevin.
What, Kevin, you said?
No. Ignore.
Tell me.
No.
I'm playing the craziest Monopoly game right now.
That's fine.
Are we looking to play some BA?
I fucking migraine, but...
No.
My network is ass, I can't play right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I hope it will be the same tomorrow when we have the tournament.
No, tomorrow will be fixed. It's not a problem for tomorrow.
Bro, you're lagging.
What do we want then, chat? It looks like it ended. Did we do more XCOM? Maybe we do some XCOM. That was a shit way of finding out who would be playing. How much did MBK pay you so you wouldn't stream his shame? Oh, that's fucking funny. To be fair though, they still got some money. I think I'm gonna play some XCOM, I guess, chat. Nobody's playing BA. Should we ask None, maybe, before we go? Should we ask None what he thinks about the game? I was gonna ask them the thoughts chat, but they're all talking Russian. Do 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 do. I wanted to ask them what happened through that last game, so we could at least hear what happened. Why do you want Rue so much, Oxide? Hello. Can I ask how your game went? Because we missed it.
34. We won second and third stage very hard. The final score is 30-4.
Thank you, thank you. How did the pushback go? Was it just you roll back through the left?
We just outgrind them left here.
Мне, кстати, панцири понравились, но просто с виженом не повезло. У них хороший вижен был. Первый раз он бомбили, я не в движениях оставил. А второй раз панцирь ехал, ну, да просто у него вижен банально был в тылу, все. А так они хорошо на самом деле работают. Вот летит кассетник, раз от ястреба тычка, и от панциря тычка, и он долетает. Все.
Ну,
I was very worried for you when the cover wasn't there for the first minute.
His game crashed, and we asked the tournament admin, like, our player crashed, what we do, and he said, like, just reconnect. So
press F11.
And that was unlucky because they pushed.
Yeah.
Push us
I saw the push
side.
coming and I saw the disconnect. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. We knew it as well, and it was unlucky that like the cover disconnected and he was not on time in the positions.
I think they wouldn't have got as much ground if the cover was there ready.
Yeah, I think so too. But they did it very good because they had not only I would say not only ground units, but they bought a lot of ASFs to kill our SMTs because I mean they knew they will bomb and they just countered it with ASFs.
The obvious thing for you to react there was with planes, and I think they had enough ASF to stop that.
Yeah, but I mean their decks was kind of weird because NBK on the first map was using SMT like as ASF.
There was a lot of places where they threw away a lot of key units to hold that left side, like before we stopped being able to see it. Senator had like a lot of T-80s and stuff in the forest, and they just kind of got sniped out.
I mean, Senator micro control of tanks is like his meme. I don't know. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be toxic, but he's just AFKing with them. He's not trying to control it.
Like there was a number of times where like Spetsnaz grew and stuff were engaging the tanks, and there was no smoke, there was no nothing.
Yeah. He don't give a fuck about tanks. It was on Ignalina as well. There was a decover Kurganets in the bush, and Senator T-90 went on the road. T-90 went on the road, and it got 4 ATGMs without smoke. And it was like full. And it's dead. I don't know. It's insane.
I was hoping to catch the second game because I thought they were going to be interesting, but it sounds like you guys, once you just stabilize them and lock them there, you just roll back through. So
yeah. Only first stage was hard, and like, the other two stages were very easy. Like they tried to push us on the other side in the third stage, but they fucked up push, and it was over. Like they tried to push A and B in the end.
Okay. They just tried to flip flop it, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. And they didn't get the
I
points.
think
I
think A and B is harder to rush because of the amount of buildings there. You can just have anything waiting for them.
Yeah, it was this, and they had no network there, so they had no way. They just
Yep.
got touchpads.
Well,
It was bad for them.
GG's.
Yeah,
Thank you,
GG.
Ben. GG's tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. I hope like we don't get the electricity or internet cut off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it might happen, to be honest. So let's see what's gonna happen.
Hopefully we have some nice, good games, and we both have fun.
Like, yeah. First game on Kadaga, see you.
Please don't bomb.
the cover.
No, don't bomb me.
Okay, you don't bomb the cover, we don't bomb you.
I don't believe you. You're gonna bomb me anyway.
No. I mean, if you promise that Dude and Protris will not bomb the cover, we promise we don't bomb you. we can have a gentleman agreement.
What if we just all remove the air tab?
Oh my god, that would be interesting. I mean, to be honest, that would be interesting to play the game without SMT and Точка. Like, it would be much more interesting.
It'd just be full grinder decks. Everyone would be God Moto.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you play without SMT and Точка, you can try other decks because like it's ultimate tools, and without it, other decks are fine. But Moto is broken.
I think God's really strong right now as well.
Yeah.
The combo is just insane.
I mean, I imagine if it was old Guard with Chrysanthema and Engineer. Imagine the power of this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Саха, ты узнал, как меня инженер Шумики в этом бою выручили?
Нормально ебали?
Ну, допустим, если инженер Шумики, которого мотопехоту ССО убил, и сапог еще забрал с собой. В лес зашел просто. Буквально, я захожу и гарантированно убиваю ССО. За 65 поинтов. Мне еще метеориты, я хотел нормальный пехотный бой навязать, такой неприятный для них метеоритом. Но мне просто вижен дали, и мне два метеорита в стаке отбомбили, когда они ехали просто, подъезжали. Далеко прям. Это прям такой анлак, мне просто выбомбили и метеорит, и панцирь, спасибо большое. Офигенно береты дали вижен.
Они, кстати, ПВшки очень мало мували. Я за эту игру въебал.
Ну, я своим фугасным градом, знаешь кого?
Alrighty, chat.
Так.
Угадай.
I think we'll leave them to it.
ЗРК или артиллерия, как думаешь?
Так. Ну, М100 какой-нибудь въебал.
Да.
Alrighty, I'm gonna leave you to it.
НБК.
Thank you for the chat.
What? Yeah,
Thank you to cast.
Good night.
Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck, Ben.
We will try our best.
XCOM time? XCOM time. I'm gonna very, very quickly restart. You'll probably not realize, because it should just start straight away. I'm gonna quickly restart the stream, get rid of the delay, and we'll be straight back for some XCOM. Be right back, everybody.